Well, hello YouTube. How we doing today? I'm doing wonderful. It's another nice day down at the lake, walking and running with Maisie. And boy, do I got some crazy stuff to show you today. You know me, I'm always good for crazy stuff. So, we have that Ring of Fire eclipse. First of all, we got the Ring of Fire eclipse going on. Now, some people, I think, mistook the harvest moon of last month as the blood moon. But that's actually going to be on the 28th of this month, right? We've got the full hunter blood moon, and okay, just like 2 weeks notice, right? And the 2 minute warning, those are twos, and we have two moons that are in play. We have the moon that gives off no light, which I believe is the eclipse, right? And then we have the blood moon, which is 2 weeks from then. So is that our 2 week notice? Not real sure. I know time's getting short. Um, and it's really funny how things get shown to us correct. I had never seen the movie Stargate. I don't know how many of y'all have ever seen the movie Stargate. I had never seen it, quite honestly, until last weekend. I didn't even watch the whole movie. I was watching a different show, and every time the commercials came on, I just switched it because I'd never seen it, and I kind of wanted to see what it was about, see if I could spot any of the relevant time markers in that film. Because it's in the music, it's in the movies, is what it is what I always say, right? So I didn't watch the whole movie. I got, I don't know, off and on, maybe a grand total of 15 to 20 minutes watched. But one of the things and here you go, you're going to think I'm crazy again, but hey, that's all right. One of the things that I did get out of the movie, and to go back to the two moons and the sun becoming dark, both those statements involve falling stars, right? Stars falling to the ground, and they even talk about that in the news as well, as shooting stars fall. Okay, so we've got the two moons, both the blood moon and the moon that gives no light, both those verses mention the falling stars, so there's that. um, but one of the things that I got out of Stargate was apparently the army guy brought a bomb with him unbeknownst to everybody else, and the deal was he had to blow up the Stargate to keep these people from passing back into Earth, because there was two gates, one at that end, one at this end, the Earth side. And I distinctly remember now, and this is funny because I didn't put none of the, as I'm watching the movie, I just went, whatever. I didn't get nothing out of the movie until I read the news like the next day or the day after. I think it was the very next day. And then I went, holy shit. So the bomb was to actually, in case they couldn't get back, to blow up the gate there. I guess they originally went through the gate to go kill Raw. Um, I'm not sure, but they had a bomb with them, and the one guy said, well, the best thing to do would be blow up the gate on the Earth side. And he said, yeah, that's provided we can get back. Well, and that's the last I saw of the movie. I don't know if they ever got back and could blow up the Earth side. I don't know. But I woke up the next day, and lo and behold, this is in the news. There will be 3 NASA-funded suborbital rockets. So basically, remember in my last video, I was talking about some people think the sun is a portal. Whether it is or not, it could be symbolic of a portal, because they're not really going to hit the moon and blow it up with the rockets, right? So all this is symbolic. But how ironic is it that they're going to launch rockets at it and blow up the gate? And there's two things to that, okay? Why it would be important to blow up the gate. Um, this is crazy, actually. So this is a picture of the United States. I'll show it to you here in a second. With the last three solar eclipse events, you've got the one that happened in 2017, the one that's happening this weekend, and then the one that's supposed to happen again 6 months from now in April of 2024, right? And those are the paths that they take across the United States. Okay? And why do we blow up the gate? Well, one, not only to keep them from coming through, which creates this, the sign of anarchy. That's what happened. And you always see that sign with a circle around it, correct? I'm just saying, you can't make this shit up, right? And I don't believe in coincidences. I just see the headlines and I just go from there. Um, the other, and this is even funnier. The other thing that's going on here, and this isn't in the news, and I can't remember. This is from a program on the internet, I believe, or maybe it's an app called Solar something or other. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it you can get on there and look at the solar system and move it forward and backwards to see the planet's rotation and where they're going to be at certain times, da 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 da, right? So I got sent this picture. Okay? So there's the Earth, there's the Sun, and on the other side of the portal is Comet Inky. Right over there next to Mercury, messenger of the gods. Right? So we're blowing up the portal to keep Inky from coming through, would be my guess. And oddly enough, you can play that program forward, and in 33 years, Inky makes a return visit, but instead of being on the back side of the sun there, he actually crosses between the sun and the earth, like right in here. Now, there again, can't make this stuff up. In my Planet X and Nibiru, right, research, Planet X was blamed for the floods of Noah because it came in our solar system and messed with everything, but it passed on the far side of the sun. And then it didn't go around the sun and leave completely. It had to make another loop, so it returned and then shot off on its voyage. And on the return trip is when it passed in between the Earth. And that's what everybody thinks is going to happen this time with Planet X. It's going to pass on the Earth side of the sun, right? I mean, I don't know how many of you have studied and read into all this stuff, but, there again, I don't make up the stories. I just read them and try to put the text of what's going on in the world to them. So, that's that's just some crazy stuff there. And we also have Israel at war with Hamas, right? This is even funnier. So this made it into the headlines from The Guardian. How the Hamas attack on the Supernova Festival in Israel unfolded. Now, there again, the flash event that everybody's waiting for could very well be a supernova. They're telling us right there. um, like I said, I don't make this stuff up. I know the story, these part of the story, the main part of it, and I just fill everything in as I'm seeing it. And this I didn't get a chance to screenshot. I really wish I had. But I saw a meme the other day that said the newest conspiracy theory is everything is going to be just fine. And that's what I've been telling you guys. There isn't going to be a World War III. And oh my God, There are so many people, aren't there, jumping on this whole World War III bandwagon. It is just making me absolutely sick. I have half a mind just to put at and then all these YouTube channels to make them watch this video and call them out. But, people have free will. And those are the choices that they make. Like these guys right here. This is another one of those warning to get out of major cities, right? I mean, I don't know. I just I find it utterly ridiculous in my own way. I'm sorry, but that just aggravates me because all they're doing is helping to feed the fear porn. Now, also in this existence, people think that they're on a linear timeline, right? And it's actually, the two universes, the two galaxies, whatever you want to call it, the upper and lower coming together. And I've said that before. That's what the birthing canal is, the giving birth. We're in that tube, and time isn't linear. If it is anything, it's linear up and down. It's not east and west, so to speak. But I found this odd that it made it into the news. Hubble telescope captures linear on collision course. Which on the next one, this is a completely different site. And there and see that right out there. Okay, that photograph, something similar to that, actually showed up. I think it was on Mr. MB333's site, where it's all these comets. That program is the only one I think that I've seen that actually calls it Comet Inky. Okay. I'm sure NASA has a stupid, lettered and numbered digit name for it, but it grew wings like that. And they said because it has active volcanoes on it and the plumes it was making it look like it had wings. So, to all you little Nibiru people and Planet X people thinking that this galaxy-sized system is coming into our realm and going to mess everything up. The church believes that. So many people believe this crap. All it is a little itty-bitty comet. And I really doubt that's even true because nothing's out there, right? That's why you have people fighting over whether space is real or fake. Because right now they have to fake it till you make it, so to speak, right? So but there again, that gets into Inky, the blowing up the portal, the people who are on TV. I keep telling you for a long time now. I don't know who believes me, who doesn't. That's the bad thing about just doing videos. That's the thing I like best about lives is I can actively engage with the chat and take questions and see what people's thoughts are, because I'm still open-minded. There again, if I wasn't open-minded, I wouldn't have gone to work today. Okay, even though I know we're really close, I still do what I do regardless. So now the one thing, today's Friday the 13th. Ooh, there's some more programming that it's a bad day for you. But okay, so I'm going to show you something. One of the things that's also out there, here's another one. We've got Israel and World War III, right? And you have a lot of people talking about how the U.S. is next, right? The U.S. is going to be next because, in fact, right here, breaking. America is next. Well, and those guys also believe in Nibiru's coming or Planet X or whatever. So that tells you how much malarkey they are. What's more than likely going to happen, okay, we just sent all that over there, right? The USS Gerald Ford, our brand new, $32 billion super fortress. Okay, in the world of symbology, okay, think of that as a mothership. Okay? And chances are that sucker is going to be sank. Because there again, it's part of the storyline. It's the same thing that happened in Independence Day, right? They went up and blew up the mothership. It's all the same story, same song and dance, but everything is going to be just fine. And in my last video, I also discussed about how, first the world wasn't destroyed, the land masses were with the flood, right? The next time the world was going to be destroyed by fire, and I said it already was, hence Burning Man, correct? Well, here's a thing apparently that showed up on CNN. We must bomb the entire world. And they probably did it with nuclear weapons or something. And speaking of the sun being a portal and opening up, this was in the news, I think, just yesterday. Oh, look, we have a coronal hole facing the earth that's opening up. I just laugh. I have to laugh at all this stuff, okay? Because the truth will set you free, right? I'm not worried. And you heard me say this. Go back to, if you haven't watched them, I don't know how many people watch however many of my videos. Typically, I'm averaging about 40 to 50 views. I don't know if it's the same 40 to 50 people. I have regular people that leave notes in the chat, right? Like Forever Love there. I think they've commented on lots of my videos. But they don't, nobody ever really talks about the subject matter of the videos. It's, pretty dog, love to you guys, which I appreciate it, and love to all of you. But that's why I think I like the live settings better, because I get to actively engage the chat and talk to people and get their thoughts. Because like I said, I'm pretty open-minded. I have a very good buddy who doesn't think any of these stories are true, thinks it's all BS, and it's based on something else. Well, the stuff that he's basing it on also comes out of stories too. So I mean, what's real and not real? Well, this isn't real, but it's all symbolic. Just like the United States, that's why those eclipses going over the U.S. forming the A in anarchy, because this is the Holy Land. Symbolically, it's printed on your money, right? In God we trust. We're pretty sure we're the only country that has that. So symbolically, this represents probably the Holy Land. Now, it's what they describe as the Holy Land that they took over. So it's both. It represents probably, a time when everything was whole and they took it over. And we are the gods, right? I've been talking about that. And then you even have some people like this. There's this one here. People know something's coming. It's coming. But then he says, why most people won't shift into the new earth. Everybody is going to shift. 1 minute, all this is going to be just like you see it now. And the next minute, it's going to be back to the way it was. Because there again, like I keep harping on, nowhere in the Bible does it say anything ever got restored. It says it will be restored, right? So, I just thought, when I saw Inky hanging out on the backside of the sun, and the sun acting like a portal, and we're going to shoot rockets at it. And there, it's just, to me, it's all just mind blowing. I mean, I don't ever expect anything, because like I always say, I don't know how any of this plays out. But sitting here watching it play out, it just makes me laugh, because they have an explanation for every damn thing, and which is fine. They kind of have to, right? But at the same time, if you know the basic story or can figure it out, you see the timelines. You know, a lot of this stuff I see as clear as water. A lot of it, it's muddy as heck. I'm telling you. Um, and it's because of that right there. And like I said, it wasn't about a stolen election. It was the biggest identity theft you've ever seen. Because there again, we have identity theft on this planet, right? That's what was taken from us, our identity. And just to further go with, you know, you won't even remember this place. All you'll know is what you knew before. That's even found in Google too. Memories from another universe. How the universe remembers information. Quantum memories. Okay. Here's one. Bad memories are an alternate universe, right? It's an alternate universe. The universe, dark memory in you. I mean, there's a bit dealing about the memories. When we move from one universe to the parallel universe, we won't, like I said, we won't remember. So like I said, even these videos are completely worthless. It's not like we're gonna get on the other side and everybody go, or the 40 50 people that watch my videos go, damn, he was right, because you're never going to remember seeing these. They're absolutely pointless. The only reason I do the videos is just to put back, right? I've been on YouTube a lot of years now. Some of the information that I gathered off of discussions in chat rooms and different videos was meaningful. It helped me put the puzzles together, just like I'm doing today. So you give back, right? And let that be like another little tidbit about the people on YouTube, so to speak. You know, a lot of them are saying, join my Patreon page, and you've always got to pay money, right? Knowledge is free. The kingdom is within. That doesn't cost you a damn thing. If people want to charge you for the BS that they're putting out, there's a showstopper sign right there that says these people are junk. Okay, because there probably isn't a single thing that I've mentioned in my videos that couldn't have gotten me timed out or whatever they want to call it, striked for things because I've talked about it all. Everything from, the whole COVID mess and what it represented to even going about the government, all this crap I've covered. The only thing I've ever gotten on any of my videos was I got a copyright strike, and that's all it was. It doesn't mean anything. It just meant some music playing in the background was copyrighted or something. It was on one of my live deals, and I usually have music playing on them. So, this whole crap of, well, we can't talk on YouTube because, we'll get banned. Again, they're not using their power. My power, my consciousness, my sovereignty is greater than what AI can instruct upon me. And I claim that, and I walk in that every day, and it goes everywhere with me, even on YouTube. So, that's just my zaniness for the day, the things that I see going on in the news. And so if we do lose an aircraft carrier, don't freak. We are not going to go to World War III. Like I said this in a video like a year ago. So if you're new to my zaniness and you want to hear other zany stuff and things that I go back to some of my videos, I've talked about all this stuff. The closer we get to the time of the shift, just the more chaotic it is going to be. It's just that simple. Just like today's a whole lot more chaotic than it was even 2 months ago, right? Because we're that much closer. Now, is it the 2-minute warning with the 2 moons in play? or the 2 week notice for the blood moon. I don't know. It could happen tomorrow. The shift could happen tomorrow. When as soon as they shut down that portal, that means Inky never made it here. So we would never. Oh, pardon me. We would never have been affected in the first place. So that is going to be a major, 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 major timeline change. So whether we shift right then, or because see there again, not only are we dealing with changings of the timeline on a day-to-day basis, you're also dealing with what led up to certain events, what caused them. So, that could also be in play over the next 2 weeks, because that's 14 days, which is what? 14,000 years, right? Of time. So it could even be happening shortly after the blood moon, right before the blood moon, at the blood moon. It could happen tomorrow. We're right on the threshold right now. The cusp, but I don't know when the time is going to be, but it's being very soon. I don't think there's quite enough, hysteria. And considering today's Friday the 13th, and it's Global Jihad Day, right? Has anybody noticed anything different in their world today? Going out and getting coffee or shopping or doing what you do? I sure haven't. So. So much, because that was some more fear porn, is that, the Palestinians are going to rise up in our country and because we support Israel. None of this is, somewhere in the book it also says you won't ever go without your daily bread. And that doesn't mean a loaf of bread, your daily bread of life, right? That's the term, bread of life. So you're just gonna live every day just like we do now, right up until the shift happens, and then we'll never know we were here, and everything will be put back to normal. You'll have your old memories back, all the things you were doing at the time of this fiasco, you'll be doing again, and it'll be awesome. So. I think that's all the craziness. And if I do see more crazy stuff, I'll jump out there and say, hey, look at this crazy crap, just like this, with shooting rockets at the portal. Who'd ever thunk I'd see that day with Inky sitting on the other side of the sun waiting to come through. But, hey, it is what it is. So y'all have a wonderful weekend. I love everybody, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think of my crazy. I mean, do you see what I see? Do you think I'm batshit crazy? Leave a word. Love to talk to you. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.